Hey YouTube, Coppersan here, and welcome to the third episode of the mini-series Zero to Hero, the leveling and progression series without any zeros or hero classes in it. In this series, we're starting off on a fresh account without any characters on it, and we try to get as strong as possible before the Destiny update is released mid-June. In this episode, we're going to reach level 215, I'll explain the 5th job nodes and which ones I have been using, how I'm using my hyperstats, which items I'm getting from the event store, and we're going to work on our legion and complete additional content for some more gains. At the end of this video we're going to reach over 6,000 main stats. Now that we've reached level 210 we get access to another symbol and the Choo Choo BGM, which is the best BGM in slot in the game. 5th job can be pretty overwhelming for new players or players who just never got to that point. Getting nodes can be a pain, especially in Reboot. So far I've used the EXP node stones that we got from the event on our holy symbol node, and I leveled up the boost node containing chain lightning, which is my main mobbing skill. For boost nodes, this is different for every class and it can be quite tricky for some of them, like Hayato, who has like 20 different attacks. But usually you go for your main mobbing skill or skills and of course your bossing skill. At this point I usually just go for more damage on my main mobbing skill chain lightning so I can grind faster, so I can find even more nodes. Because we reached level 210 we also unlocked another slot in our V matrix. I got decent sharp eyes for this slot. This one increases our critical rate by 10% and critical damage by 8%. With this active, we are now already at 93% critical rate once I have my familiar summoned. One of my first goals is always to get close to or reach 100% critical rate. This will boost our damage by a ton and it will make our investment in critical damage for our hyperstats worth it. Chain Lightning, my main mobbing skill, has an additional 25% chance to crit, so I actually only need 75% critical rate to crit with that skill, but I kinda wanna crit with everything. 5th job skills are kinda important too. Also, don't forget to level up your boost nodes for even more gains. That's how I've been getting most of my boosts so far, because nodes are still pretty rare. For the hyperstats, I've still been using level 10 critical rate, level 10 critical damage, and I have 8 levels in damage, 6 in normal monster damage and 6 in arcane force. I also made a hyperstat bossing preset, which also has level 10 critical rate and critical damage, and this one has level 8 boss damage and 8 ignore enemy defense. By the way, if your critical rate is still low, do not put points in critical damage, but instead put points in damage. Critical damage is only worth it if you actually do crit, else it's just kind of a wasted stat. We're feeling a lot stronger at this point, so it's time to tackle some more bosses. We can now defeat normal Volean, normal Pink Bean and normal Acarium. This means we also got a new pendant for Acarium, and I found an amazing epic belt from Pink Bean, which is another part of the boss set complete. I just really need to start completing that Magnus pre-quest. We did not get any other amazing drops, but we did find some cubes. Let's use those on the earrings that we found from Chaos Horntail to make some meso gear with it later. And you know what? It actually ranked up. We're blessed by the RNG goals today. Also, there is this cubing sale coming, so I'm starting to save up for that. And of course I rolled for some inlines on the pendant and belt as well. This is my gear as of now. I'm still rerolling my inner ability in hopes for anything decent at this point. I've been having some really bad luck with that one. Having coin capped every day, I also managed to get the Chaos Ring, which has a special effect that you can reset its potential up to unique 10 times per week for free. This makes it really easy to get it to legendary to convert it into drop gear. Because I'm already so close to 100% critical rate, I'm not gonna go for the deep dark critical ring anymore. The critical damage buff that this ring gives is still very powerful, but getting meso and drop gear is gonna help us progress even faster than just a little bit more critical damage. Also, more good news, I finally found the 3rd totem, completing the Yew Garden totem set. In the time it took to farm this, I could have probably completed the Afterlands like 3 times, but still worth it. Let's talk about Legion for a bit as well. I leveled my Mercedes to level 141 and I used the level potion that we got from the event on her. I also got my Evan to level 140 and made a Phantom who is still around level 70. Whenever you park those Legion mules and you have some mesos to spare, make sure to Starforce their gear as well. Starforce and levels increase your Legion raid power. Levels make up the biggest chunk of that raid power, but Starforce does increase it by a bit as well. And the more Legion coins we can farm, the more EXP and buff drops we can buy from the Legion store, so make sure to Starforce your gear on your mules as well. Back on the main, I completed the Monad blockbuster. This bad boy takes about 2 hours to complete and rewards a nice title, ring and a new badge, as we still haven't gotten the Magnus badge. That one was quite good to get. Monad gives a surprising amount of EXP actually. I almost got a full level up worth of EXP just from completing this blockbuster. We also cannot really defeat normal Empress yet, and Julieta, this boss from Monad, also rewards Empress gear, so that might come in handy at one point. Just do keep in mind that it can drop gear for any class, so also classes that you're not. So do keep that in mind. Reaching level 215, I also completed the Yum Yum questline for some additional symbols, and that takes us to today, where this is where my gear and stats are at the time of this video. There still is plenty of room to grow, especially with a few more Legion and Link skills. For the next few days I will focus a bit on farming mesos and getting a few more Legion and Link skill mules to boost my stats more. Phantom should get to level 120 soon for the level 2 Link skill, and I'll start working on some damage and IED Link skills soon as well. There will be a cube sale in the upcoming weekend, so I'll spend most of my gained mesos on that. Only my weapon is 16 stars right now, and I think that's plenty as we don't gain that much compared to how many mesos we could potentially lose on getting that to 17 stars. And that was all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for part 4, and as always, many thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Thanks to Niels, Coninck, Raar, maar waar, Sebastian, Hanoy, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Mora, Wiley, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, Saffronyx, Anwar NHI, Ziggy Deer, Flidiot, Knifesu, Chen125, Cloudfix, Gusus Rodriguez, Froggy, Vira, Trevor, Michael Majaka, Ratius, Justin Vale, Silvio Nato, Stevie Zhang, Afterlord_MS, ceemak, Striker Elk, Tidal Pan, Victor Sunstrom, Radical Jaws, Riser RU, Gummy Bullet, Lovebird, Certito655, Mathias Simonsson, Mr. Narc, Galando Balavia, my name is Coppersan and I'm super cute XOXO, PC Game Life, Dante Victory, Stanislaus Xuma Vegas, level 243 Paladin Reboot, The Passenger, Martin Panzik, I'm Disappointed, Lucky Beats, Gabriel Eck, Pedro Benetti, Conrad Cristales and Ace the Light. Thank you all so much for watching, stay safe and happy mapling!